What's going on, everybody? This is Coach D, the Wild Man, doing another episode of MMA Fight Camp. What's going on, man? I'm just doing a wrap up of what's been going on this past week. Last weekend, I was at USFFC in Spartanburg, South Carolina. It was a great event. A lot of people showed up. I think it was a packed house, and a lot of great fights. I was doing my fight camp promotion thing, so I wasn't able to see all the fights. I seen the bits and pieces of everything, but the roar of the crowd would definitely let you know how well everybody was doing. So I didn't see it all, but I was able to have a great event for myself. I did a lot of great interviews, talked to a lot of great people, a lot of great support. Everybody came to my table and gave me some props and gave me some love. So I want to give some shout outs to Andy Wynn. She came and did a quick interview with us and spoke about her being a champion and what's her plans for the future and what she's going to do next. So shouts out to her. Thank you for coming to the table and hanging out with us for a little bit. Then spoke to Tamar Washington. He also came out to the booth and gave an interview about him coming the new Conflict Heavyweight Champion. So I appreciate that. Of course, on the air, on Facebook, there was some controversy between like an illegal blow. And from his side, he had cleaned it up and explained what happened. But he says, hey, the win is legit. He won. He got the win bonus. He is officially the Conflict Heavyweight Champion, and he wants everybody to know it. Now, me as a fight fan, I didn't get a chance to see the whole fight. By the time I had a chance to look over it, it was over. So I want to see it. So if there's going to be a round, it's going to be a redemption fight for A-Train. I think we should do it. There's nothing like, getting in the cage again to establish who the true winner is. If there's some controversy, let's make this fight happen so we can have a clear-cut winner with no controversy. So A-Train, I hope you want to do it again, man. I'd love to see it this time. So let me know, bruh. I'm down for it. Also, I want to get a shout out, to Paul Teagues. He came to the table and spoke about what's going on with him on November 12th, which is this Saturday. He's going to be fighting Chris Vanderford. They got some unsettled beef they got to get off their chest. So what better way than to get in the ring and handle it? Also, Taylor Perry. He also spoke on the daggone. He also spoke on what's going on with Chris Vanderford. There's a lot of back and forth on Facebook about what's going on with him and Chris's antics. But hey, everybody got their opinions. Everybody got their say so. Like I said, the best way to figure out is get in the ring and see what the deal is. I say one thing for Chris: he runs his mouth, but he gets in the ring. The last fight, he ran his mouth and he got in the ring with Cole. Cole ain't no joke, and he did it. So, hats off to Chris for stepping in the ring. So, if anybody got a beef with him, get in the ring with him. That's my take on that one. Let it be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to it, Scott Price put on an excellent show. So, shouts out to Scott. He's a very good promotion. A lot of fan support. A lot of people support him. A lot of people back him up. And the shows are good. So I can't knock by what I see. I see a great, very, very good product. So hopefully he'll keep it up and keep doing what he's doing, and hopefully he'll allow me to come to the next one. So hey, I'm down for a good show. But let's get back into some stuff. All right, let's talk about what's going on, what's going to be happening coming up November 12th, which is of course the only thing I care about. Is UFC 205. That's what I'm looking to see. Of course, I'll be in North Carolina and some other stuff too, but I'm looking to watch 205. So let's talk about it. First, let's get some things off the table. Okay. Everybody knows by now, John Jones is catching a little bit of hell right now with with not only the commission but USADA. They said, hey, he has a 1-year suspension. It may be retroactive. We'll see. But we haven't got any final word if it's going to be. He still has to deal with Nevada. But right now, John Jones is on the shelf. And he may be there for a minute. He may be there maybe 2 years, depending on how all the stuff played out, and I've been hearing it on social media as well. I've been hearing it from Errol Hawani. I've been hearing from Chael Sonnen, MMAB, just Chael Sonnen's podcast. So I've been hearing it from them. So, so I'm getting it from secondhand. So what do I know? I was reporting what I hear. Also, Rashad Evans, he will not be fighting on UFC 205. Something got popped in his medical history, and it said, doctor says, error on the side of caution, that he can't be fighting. So, Tim Kennedy, sorry for you, bruh. I know you're trying to get back in the spotlight and get your game back on, but it ain't seem to be happening, man. Welcome to the fight game, baby. So, let's get back into the meat and potatoes of it. Now, the 205 is a stacked card. It may be the best card ever. And right now, it's top 2 in my book. Maybe in top 1. So hopefully, all these fights pan out like I think they're going to pan out. So let's find out for sure. But, of course, you got the main event. You got Eddie Alvarez versus Conor McGregor. They've been going back and forth like Conor McGregor does. So Conor McGregor is still doing what he's doing. He's still running his mouth. He's still saying, hey, I'm going to hold both belts. And he did that in Ireland before he got to the UFC. With some of the undercards in Ireland, he had 2 belts in 2 different weight classes. So I see what he's doing now. I didn't see it before. I was all like, man, bump Conor. He hasn't even, defended his belt at 145. So I was throwing my own share of shade. You know how we do. We don't like something, we talk about it on Facebook, of course, right? But now I see what he's doing. He's trying to show that he's that guy. That he can hold belts in 2 different weight classes and defend them. So before he wanted to go to 145, he wanted to win the 155-pound belt right off the rip and then do whatever he's going to do. So hey, he may get both belts and then retire. Who knows what he's going to do? But he has his hands full with Eddie Alvarez now. Eddie Alvarez ain't no joke. When you talk about a grinder who's going to stand in there and bang and fight to the finish, that's Eddie Alvarez. So I thought the Nate Diaz second fight was a good test for Conor McGregor to see what he's made of. But seeing what Eddie's been doing, I think Eddie's going to be the more real test. I think Eddie's going to be the one that's going to make you fight for your life, truthfully make you fight for your life. If you don't survive him, he's going to beat you to death. If you can't get him off you, he's going to ground you into nothing. So that's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see it. Second, you got Tyrone Woodley versus Wonderboy Thompson. That's the next fight. Wonderboy Thompson is a hometown favorite. Everybody knows him in North and South Carolina. He's an extraordinarily great fighter. He's nobody to play with. His kicks ain't nothing to play with. And just coming from USFFC 29, Jared Scoggins, he just got done with his fight, which he won, of course. And he's a point karate guy, just like Wonderboy Thompson. I think they even been in similar camps, so they have the same camp. Not 100% sure. Okay, but point karate has been on the rise and it's been represented very well because one of the Scoggins, what's the brother's name? Jared Scoggins' brother. His name escapes me. I'm sorry. He's in the UFC and he's been winning. So point karate is what's up. So they got a great reputation right now. But Tyrone Woodley is also a monster too. When you talk about a physical specimen, you talk about Tyrone Woodley. You know what I'm saying? He like I said, he ain't no joke. He brings heavy hands. He closes the distance like no other. Wrestling pedigree. His skill set can be a problem for Wonderboy Thompson if Tyrone Woodley gets in. If he gets in on you and he makes it a dogfight against the fence or a grappling match, Stephen Thompson's going to lose. Okay? If Wonderboy can keep the distance and use his skill as his skill is being used, then Tyrone Woodley's going to have a problem. So that's a hard one to call. It's hard to go either way on that one. So I have to just watch that fight. I can't really pick one because at any moment it can change. A kick in the right place, Tyron Woodley goes down, fight's over. He closed the difference with that right hand. Thompson going to sleep. So we can go either way. Truthfully, we can go either way. So also we got Jayona and Carolina. I'm not gonna say neither one of those last names because I can't pronounce it. I'm just put my phone down. That's another good fight. History. Joanna has submitted Carolina back in the day when they fought. So now this is a coming full circle fight for Carolina. Carolina. And she's been running a tear in the other promotions. So now she's here. It's time to settle the score. So there's some legit beef there from what I'm seeing. Who's the best Polish fighter in the world from Poland? Who's the best female at 115? Joanna says it's me. So they're going to have to prove it. And I think this is a great fight because of that. They're both undefeated. Joanna's 12-0 and Carolina's 10-0. So their records, they're champions. Whatever you want to say, they're undefeated. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that one. Also, you got Chris Weidman versus Yoel Mario. I'm saying the name wrong, of course. So that's a good fight. I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, I'm a fan of it. I think it's going to be two great fights. But either way, I'm not like I can care less. But I do want to see if Chris Weidman can get back on track because Romero ain't no joke either. So that's another good fight. Okay. The fight I would say, other than the main event and co-main event, this fight is the fight that I really want to see as well. And it's Donald Cerrone versus Kelvin Gastelum. Donald's been on a tear right now in the 170s, and now he's going up against Calvin. Calvin is, to me, is finally coming into his own. The clinic he put on Hendricks, the last fight, I mean, he was hitting on all cylinders. So that's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to really do what it's supposed to do. Really do what it's supposed to do. So that's I think it could be a fight of the night. I think so. Then you got Miesha Tate and Raquel Pennington. That's gonna be a good fight. Tate needs to win if she wants to be relevant. If she doesn't win this fight, I think she's gonna be able to call it a wrap. She's not gonna get back to the top spot no time soon if she loses this fight. So I want to see what happens with that one. The prelims. Of course, you got to make the prelims strong. So the prelim card could be a main event card in itself. You got Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stephens. Is that going to be a fight? That's going to be a good one. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be real crazy. Frankie Edgar has to win it to get back in title shot contention, and Jeremy Stephens can put you down at one shot. So Jeremy Stephens been looking good at 145. Let's see if he can keep it up. But he going up against the man. Frankie Edgar ain't nobody to play with. Frankie Edgar can put it on you and ground you to dust. So looking forward to seeing that fight. The last fight of interest to me is freaking Khabib versus Michael Johnson. That's going to be a barn burner. Khabib is undefeated, 20-0. Michael Johnson 18-10. Michael Johnson put Poirier to sleep quick in his last fight. So he's shooting off on all cylinders as well. So let's see if he can keep it up. But Khabib Magomedov is who he is, undefeated, and he'll grind you to death. So if Johnson ain't prepared for that fight, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose bad. So I'm looking forward to that fight too. Other than that, the only fight I think catches my attention is Jim Miller versus Thiago Alvarez. Thiago Alvarez came down to freaking 155 from 170. That's a big jump now, but he did it. He looked like he's gonna make a weight. So we're gonna see. That's gonna be another barn burner. So this card, this card is stacked to death, man. It's stacked to death. I can't wait. I can't wait. I am chomping at the bit. So guys, I was giving my little quick talk on what's been going on with me, what's been happening for the weekend, what I'm looking forward to get into next. I'm gonna find something to get into. Definitely gonna get into 205. You know, I may be in North Carolina. We're gonna see. You know, but hey, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. Keep pushing forward. You know, I might go see that conflict card, conflict 42. I think I'm gonna go see that one. You know, I might bend up there too. So, like I said, you're gonna see where you're gonna see me at. I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna be everywhere. This is Coach D, the Wild Man, with another episode of MMA Fight Camp. Getting ready for what's happening next. You got Trump in office. It's going to be interesting. So we're going to see. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to support me. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. If you don't like what I'm doing, hit me up so I can get better. I want to be tops in this game. You know, I want to be a great podcaster. I want to be a great journalist. I want to be very good at the MMA scene. So keep following, man. Let me do what I'm doing. Let me get better at what I'm doing. All right. Till you hear from me again. Peace out.